Sakubona, do you struggle with constructing Ndebele sentences? So in this video, let me teach you the 3 important aspects that you need to master in order for you to construct correct Ndebele sentences, enhance your communication and your reading, your writing, depending on what you want to do with the language, right? So the first important thing that you need to know are the Ndebele pronouns. All right. So just like in English, where we talk in first person, we say I or me, then we say you, second person, and him or her, third person. In Ndebele, here is how it is. Mina, I, wena, you, and then yena is for him or her. Okay, that's first, second, third person. Then in the plural, we do the same thing. We say tina, lina, bona. Okay, so tina, us, lina, you in plural, and then bona, them. Okay, so you need to know how to use these pronouns so that you can confidently create a sentence, whether you're talking about yourself, someone else, or you're talking to a group of people. All of these things, they are very important to sentence construction. So here is how it goes. With mina goes with ngi. Okay, mina ngi dash dash, whatever verb, whatever you want to say after that, right? Wena u, yena u. Then in the plural we say tina si. Okay, lina li, bona va. Obviously this doesn't make much sense without examples. So let's get right into the examples, right? You need to use the pronouns to understand what I'm saying. That's what I'm always saying about learning isiNdebele or any language. You have to use it. All right. So let's use these pronouns so that you understand what I'm saying. So we're going to start off with the verb ukuthanyela, which means to sweep, right? This brings us to the second aspect of sentence construction, and that is verbs, right? So you need to know how to use your pronouns. You need to know your verbs, right? You need to know as many doing words as you can, because we are always just talking about doing things, right? Whether you are narrating that you did this, whether you're saying you're catching up with someone and you're telling them, right now I'm doing this, I'm reading, I'm watching TV, or you are sharing about your future plans, we're always using verbs, right? So get your Ndebele verbs right, learn them, and with what I'm showing you, this pattern of the 6 pronouns, you can use it with any verb, right? So let's use the verb ukuthanyela to simply say, I am sweeping, okay? You are sweeping, she is sweeping, and then take it to the plural as well, okay? Here's how you say it. Mina ngiyathanyela, right? That's why I was saying mina goes with ngi. Wena uyathanyela, you are sweeping. Yena uyathanyela, him or her. All right. Then when we move on to the plural, here is how you say it. Thina siyathanyela, we are sweeping. Lina liyathanyela, you are sweeping. Bona bayathanyela, they are sweeping. Okay, so ngesindebele, whether you're saying I am sweeping or you want to say I sweep, is the same sentence. Mina ngiyathanyela. All right, so let's do more practice. Let's use another verb so that you catch what I'm talking about, right? So let's use the verb ukuthengisa. What does that mean? To sell. How would you say I am selling? Mina ngiyathengisa. Wena uyathengisa. Yena uyathengisa. He is selling. She is selling. Okay? Moving on to the plural. Thina siyathengisa. Lina liyathengisa. Bona bayathengisa. Does it make sense? All right. So that is the simplest sentence you can form ngesindebele, where you just use the pronoun and the verb and you are talking in the present tense, right? So once you catch this, once you catch how to use the 6 pronouns, it's going to be easy to take your sentence to the past tense. It's going to be easy to do what we'll be doing just in the next coming few minutes, adding more detail to your sentence. But first, practice with just saying, mina ngiyathengisa, wena uyathengisa. All right? Another verb for your practice? Yes, let's use ukusebenza. What does that verb mean? It means to work, isn't it? Ukusebenza. Right. Let's start from mina. Mina ngiyasebenza. I am working or I work. It's the same sentence ngesindebele. Wena uyasebenza. Yena uyasebenza. And he is working or she works. How about the plural? Thina siyasebenza. We work. Lina liyasebenza. You guys. Bona bayasebenza. Are you getting it? Are you catching it? All right. Ukukhuluma. What does that mean? It means to speak, to talk. Right. How would you say I am speaking? Mina ngiyakhuluma. Wena uyakhuluma. Yena uyakhuluma. Angithi? And then the plural, thina siyakhuluma, lina liyakhuluma, bona bayakhuluma. Does it make sense? Let me give you one more verb so that you really get to practice with the pronouns. The verb is ukukhanzinga. What does that sound like? To fry. Angithi? Ukukhanzinga. Here is what you would say. Now try and say it before I even say it. How would you say it for mina? Mina ngiyakhanzinga. Wena? Uyakhanzinga. Yena? Uyakhanzinga. Angithi? And then how would you say we are frying? Thina siyakhanzinga. Lina liyakhanzinga. Bona bayakhanzinga. Right. Does this simplify sentence construction, Ndebele sentence construction? I hope it does. Now let's move on to the third aspect of this. So when you're making conversation, when you're talking to people, you can't really always be just saying the simple things, right? You can't just say, mina ngiyathanyela. If it's a conversation, they'll ask you, uthanyelani, right? What are you sweeping? Now, if you don't know your nouns, you are now stuck. You are now thinking, I want to say I'm sweeping the yard, but what is yard, right? So the third aspect to constructing Ndebele sentences is to know your nouns, to know your words. Amabala esindebele. Just pick out the words, learn the Ndebele words, right? A bag is isikhwama. A window, ifastela, a boy, umfana, a yard. We want to use the word yard in this case is what? Iguma. So you find out, learn as many words as you can in your learning journey, so that when it comes to you giving more details in your sentences, you know what to use. Angit. So the yard is called iguma. You now want to construct the sentence, I am sweeping the yard, right? It's now beyond just I'm sweeping, full stop. So what are you going to say? Mina ngithanyela iguma. Okay. Wena uthanyela iguma. Yena uthanyela iguma. What if you want to say it in plural? Thina sithanyela iguma. Lina lithanyela iguma. Bona bathanyela iguma. Does it make sense? Right. What if you said ngiyathengisa, right? You are making conversations. You're talking to someone and they're asking you, hey, wenzani? Ngiyathengisa. Now they ask you, uthengisani? You need to have your Ndebele vocabulary to answer the question, to create a sentence more detailed. Right? So you want to say, I am selling what kind? I'm selling oil. I'm selling hair oil. And mina ngithengisa amafutha enwele. Right? You knowing that oil is amafuta, hair is inwele, is important for you to then give more detail, make more and more detailed what? Ndebele sentences. Mina ngithengisa amafuta enwele. You are selling hair oil. Wena uthengisa amafuta enwele. She is selling hair oil. Yena uthengisa amafuta enwele. What if you are selling cooking oil? Let's use that for the plural. Thina sithengisa amafuta okupheka. Right? You guys, lina lithengisa amafuta okupheka. What about them? Bona bathengisa amafuta okupheka. You realize that we're not changing the mina ngi. Wena u, yena u, thina si, lina li, bona ba. Same structure, right? The difference simply being you're adding more details in this case. All right. What if you wanted to say that I work in Namibia? I work in Gweru. I work in USA. You want your sentence to have that detail. Right. Here's how you're going to say it. Mina ngisebenza eNamibia. Angithi wena usebenza eNamibia. Yena usebenza eNamibia. Angithi, what if you want to say we work in Bulawayo? Thina sisebenza ko Bulawayo. Wena usebenza ko Bulawayo. Sorry, we're in the plural, right? Thina sisebenza ko Bulawayo. Lina lisebenza ko Bulawayo. Bona basebenza ko Bulawayo. Right, we've got cities like that you don't just say we say it eGweru, eFolos, eWange, eGwanda, eChipinge, I think. But Bulawayo is go Bulawayo. The same way that, for example, Mutare is called KwaMutare, right? When you talk about the city of Bulawayo, you say go Bulawayo. Angit, mina ngisebenza eNamibia, mina ngisebenza eZambia, right? Does that make sense? Okay. Then, for example, if you were to say, let's say you're just catching up with someone and they're like, what are you doing? Wenzani? You answer, ngiyakhuluma. I'm talking. Now they ask you, ukhuluma lobani? Right? You need your vocabulary. You need your Ndebele words to then say, ngikhuluma lomchana wami. Right. Umchana is a nephew or niece for you if you are a man, if you are an uncle, if you are a malume, right? So your sister's kids, you call them mchana. Umchana wami. Right. So let's do the sentence for all the 6 persons. Mina ngikhuluma lo mchana wami. Talking to my niece or my nephew. Wena ukhuluma lo mchana wakho. It's now going to be wakho. Angithi your niece. Yena ukhuluma lo mchana wakhe. Right. It's okay to just say lo mchana sometimes. Let's do that for the plural. Thina sikhuluma lo mchana. Okay? We are talking to nephew or niece. Lina likhuluma lo mchana. Bona bakhuluma lo mchana. Okay. I hope it makes sense. So this is the beginning of you creating, constructing Ndebele sentences. There is more to it. Okay, we're going to be exploring more as we go with this series. Now, before we close, let's do a quick quiz, a simple one actually, for the sentences where you don't give much detail. You're just saying, I'm doing this, she's doing that, they are doing this, right? So I want you to pick from mina, wena, lina, bona, yena, what else do we have? Tina. Okay, you're picking from those 6 pronouns to complete the sentence. Right, number 1, dash, bayahleka. Which one are you going to use? Bona bayahleka, right? You don't even need to know what the verb hleka means. though it's okay, it's good for you to know hleka means to laugh, right? But because you saw baya, you should know baya is going with bona. Bona bayahleka. Angithi, how about lina liyagijima? I just gave it away. I was supposed to say dash liyagijima, right? So lina goes with liyagijima. All right, let's move on to the next one. Dash siyageza. Siyageza is what? Tina siyageza. Angithi, Tina si, always. Tina siyageza. So what does the sentence mean? It means we are bathing. Angithi, right? How about dash ngiyahlabela? Ngiyahlabela? Mina, obvious. Ngi is with mina. Okay, mina ngiyahlabela. Dash uyagida. Dash uyagida. Wena uyagida. Angithi, wena uyagida. What about dash uyathelela? Dash uyathelela? Yena uyathelela. Angithi, so that's he or him. All right. What if you wanted to say, dash liyalima? Lina, right? Lina liyalima. And what does the sentence mean? You guys, you people are farming, right? Hope it makes sense. Let me know in the comments and let me see you in the next lesson. Bye for now.